Did you realize chimps have beaten people in a few memory tests? What might be said about the orangutan that figured out how to mislead escape doing things he could have done without? Furthermore, elephants wound the demise of their nearby ones, despite the fact that we people have utilized our knowledge to remain in front of the multitude of animals on the planet. A few creatures can give us an intense battle with regards to sagacity. In any event, as per a few researchers, creatures can have mental capacities that are better than people. Also, I will show you the absolute most savvy creatures as per scientists. Welcome to Allarh70Four YouTube channel. Chimpanzees. Assuming people truly were the most intelligent animals on this planet, we would certainly have to impart that situation to our storage room living family members, primates. People share in excess of 90% of their DNA with chimpanzees. So it isn't as business as usual that they are of the savviest animals out there. Their knowledge covers with people in numerous ways. They are mindful, have the capacity to understand anyone on a deeper level, and even have mental capacities. These brilliant creatures are fit for making and utilizing apparatuses, hunting and gatherings, and modern correspondence. Various specialists have trained chimpanzees to utilize communication through signing or dialects in view of the showcase of tokens or pectoral images concerning utilizing apparatuses. Chimpanzees in the thrilled area have been seen to drive verdant wipes into hollows of trees containing water and afterward pull out the wet wipes by utilizing sticks. Indeed, even been a few memory tests where chimps really outflank people, and on top of that these folks have even fostered their own societies with remarkable elephants. If we somehow happen to gauge insight by contrasting cerebrum with body size, elephants have the biggest mind of any land warm-blooded animal, with however many neurons as people. We as a whole realize that elephants have magnificent recollections, appear to be fit for outrageous sympathy, and are mindful. Seriously entertaining that these shrewd monsters could actually recognize dialects. African elephants are equipped for recognizing contrasts in human orientation, age, nationality just by somebody's voice in the event that the voice has a place with a more probable individual to represent a danger. The elephants switch into guarded mode. In any case, that is not all. They've likewise been believed to do painting and address puzzles alongside being brilliant. Elephants are genuinely canny animals also. You see, elephants are extremely friendly animals. Female elephants frequently help new moms of the very crowd by ensuring that she and her infant are safeguarded consistently. There have additionally been examples when elephants have a go at getting back at somebody that attempted to hurt their nearby ones. These tremendous well-evolved creatures are so mindful of their nearby ones. Orangutans have all the earmarks of being truly gifted regarding acumen. Very much like chimpanzees. They have their own cultures and have been noticed involving different refined apparatuses in nature. They additionally awesome students. They can watch individuals and figure out how to achieve straightforward undertakings like cutting wood, applying bug repellent, or utilizing cleanser. Have you ever known about Chantek? The orangutan. Well, Chantek was dismissed by his mom as a child and brought up like a human kid. He had the option to sing words and considerations at just 9 months old. Enough. Most human infants couldn't in fact express anything until they are a year old. That is exactly the way in which quick orangutans learn even as children. The amusing thing is Chantek didn't simply learn words. He even figured out how to deceive escape doing things he could have done without. However, what makes orangutans truly savvy animals is their capacity to discuss the past. Raccoons. When we ponder the most astute creatures, raccoons don't ordinarily strike a chord, do they? However, they unquestionably are among the forces to be reckoned with due to their staggering lock-picking abilities. These creatures have areas of strength for a high knowledge and deft hands. Their memory permits them to learn and rehash activities. For example, how to open entryways, pull screens from windows, and open locks. Studies have shown that these dumpster outlaws can recollect the answer for undertakings for up to 3 years. In spite of having less cerebrum neurons than canines, raccoons show more innovativeness at critical thinking than them. You've probably seen this clasp of a raccoon attempting to wash some cotton sweets and figured they'd do it for sterile reasons, yet at the same that is false. You see, washing food works on their capacity to feel the food, which makes it more straightforward for raccoons to decide whether something is eatable. Dolphins. Presently, while there will be a rundown of shrewd creatures, dolphins must be there. Dolphins have a cerebrum to body proportion second just to people. Dolphins are equipped for complex critical thinking and social association. Anyway, they don't show indications of devices utilization, critical thinking, and organized conversation to the extent that people do. Research shows that dolphins reflect self-acknowledgement, social learning, and pressure of image-based correspondence frameworks. They additionally have a comprehension of unique ideas that is practically identical to chimpanzees and other incredible gorillas. Dolphins possess even fostered their brainpower to see with the assistance of sound submerged. A whole of their cerebrum is committed to echo area. You see, sound ventures much preferred in water over light, as thus it appears to be legit for dolphins to detect their environmental factors with sand. A dolphin's mind contains particular synapses called shaft neurons. These are related with cutting-edge capacities, for example, perceiving, recalling, thinking, conveying, critical thinking, and presently comes the most stunning reality. The piece of dolphin's cerebrum that processes feelings gives off an impression of being more mind-boggling than people. I imply that is insane. If Einstein can come up with the theory of relativity with one brain, just imagine what he could do if he had 8 brains. That's exactly the case when it comes to octopuses. Every one of those 8 tentacles contains its own mini brain, and this arrangement enables them to complete tasks with their arms more quickly and effectively. Octopus has the ability to adapt continuously and solve problems. Researchers found that octopuses are even capable of solving mazes and other complex puzzles, along with being among the only invertebrates that are able to use tools. Wild octopuses have been observed to build little dens and use stones to create a sort of barrier to protect the entrance. The most impressive example of tool use by octopuses came in 2009 when a few vined octopus were discovered collecting discarded coconut shells in Indonesia. These squishy creatures appear to be able to recognize individuals outside of their own species, including human faces. What's amazing is that some species of octopus have learned to disguise themselves as other animals that predators tend to avoid. Rodents. When we figure shrewd, we don't think rodents right. However, shockingly, these exceptionally instinctive rodents are regular students and have no issue grasping ideas. They have shown off their abilities as specialists with regards to tracking down provisos and making confounded gets away from in labyrinths, in spite of the fact that rodents don't have the best vision. They are truly adept at recollecting route courses. As indicated by specialists, these savvy rodents even have human-like thinking skills. They can find a decent example and stick to it. Moreover, rodents are more averse to rethink themselves than people. Rodents are exceptionally friendly creatures as well. There have been tests where a rat immediately figured out how to deliberately liberate its mate from an enclosure. Also, the African Goliath rodents even been prepared to smell tuberculosis and landmines in certain pieces of Africa. Crows. I don't have to tell you how brilliant crows are. You've heard the parched crow story. The crow is an individual from the incredibly smart bird club called corvid bird family. These sort of animals have been gifted with capacities like making instruments and recognizing different creatures and people. The size of a crow's cerebrum can measure up to that of a primate. What's more, a review demonstrated that crows speak with others and might portray dangers to each other. Furthermore, do you have any idea about what's the most stunning part? They could in fact give their hard feelings to their posterity. I imply that is so others conscious. These cutting birds cannot well thought out plan for future occasions. Yet additionally think about the reasoning of different crows. Crows have adjusted to life in a human-ruled world. They watch what we do and gain from us. Pigeons. Pigeons are viewed as quite possibly of the savviest, most actually skilled animals instead of all animals. Concentrates on show that pigeons have astounding visual, mathematical and memory capacities comparable to the absolute most savviest species. They are fit for perceiving each of the 26 letters of the English language. They can be shown somewhat complex activities and reaction arrangements and can figure out how to make reactions in various groupings. A review directed at Keio College in Japan shown the way that these savvy birds could figure out how to recognize Van Gogh and Chagall canvases in view of numerous element prompts. Like tone and example. The sharp pigeons have likewise been viewed as ready to separate among photos and, surprisingly, between two different people in a photo alongside the brilliance. These birds have likewise got a far more noteworthy vision than people, and they can see variety similarly that people do. Presently I sort of feel like I need to be pigeon in the following life. Pigs. Presently pigs can be charming now and again, yet do they truly merit being on the most intelligent creatures list? Well, on the off chance that you consider their capacity to address labyrinths, comprehend and show feelings, and their comprehension of emblematic language, pigs really do merit a spot in this rundown. Investigations have discovered that pigs are considerably more astute than canines. Piglets can embrace the idea of reflection at even a more youthful age than people. There have been tests where multi-week-old piglets that saw food in the mirror could find out where the food was really found. These mud pigs are likewise equipped for understanding unique portrayals. A few pigs have even figured out how to apply this to play computer games with the joystick. in spite of what we accept. These animals are exceptionally clean creatures. Parrots. Parrots are believed to be pretty much as shrewd as a human kid, on account of their critical thinking skills and correspondence of their cravings. What's surprising is that these birds can do basic estimations like adding and deducting. They even figure out the idea of nothing. Studies have demonstrated that parrots could make and utilize their own devices. The brain circuit liable for a parrot's remarkable knowledge is like that tracked down in primates, including people all through the animals of the world collectively. Parrots' mental capacities and scholarly gifts are just matched by corvids and primates. Numerous types of parrots could actually emulate discourse, which gives extra proof of their mental capacities. There are in excess of 300 types of parrots, and the most astute of all is the African dark parrot. Development has given parrots the apparatuses and abilities for endurance. They possess moderately enormous brain power, jam-loaded with nerve cells in the areas that help intelligence. Canines. Canines are supposed to be man's closest companion, and that is simply conceivable because of their outstanding knowledge. Very much like some other animal on the planet. Each canine species is novel. Notwithstanding that all types of canines, grasping people. The manner in which they join in and answer us, is an extraordinary social mental expertise that they have procured. The typical canine's insight is generally basically as modern as an over 2-year-old infant's. Studies propose that canines can peruse our signals, show profound association with their proprietors and even presentation desire. Canines not just focus on the tone of our discourse yet, in addition the words we use. A few canines with especially recollections can be prepared to recollect more than 1,000 distinct words. The man's dearest companion can likewise count up to 4 or 5 with an essential comprehension of number juggling. Not just that, a prepared canine will see blunders in straightforward calculations. Do you realize some other creature that ought to have been on this rundown? How might they charge facing these animals? Do tell us your considerations in the remark box underneath as usual. In the event that you adored watching this video, try to like, share and buy in. If you want to know about me, I let the beat bang twana, that's my story. I'm sorry.